it's time to talk about some glorious, glorious SteelBook release. It is a good day to be Australian because for the first time ever released here in Australia, we have A Nightmare on Elm Street in 4K. Like, this is the best day of my life here because, for as long as I have lived here, we have never, ever got a Blu-ray release for this movie. I know the UK has a Blu-ray release, I know the US has a Blu-ray release, but Australia does not. Whenever I've gone into the store, I've always seen the DVD collection of the franchise. I've never seen any high definition or 4K or any new editions, of the film. And out of all the possible 4K movies that could get transferred, honestly, A Nightmare on Elm Street was pretty high on my list. This was one that I was wondering, when the hell is Freddy coming? When is A Nightmare on Elm Street coming on 4K? Because we have Jaws, we have Poltergeist, we have all of the 70s and 80s classics, released now in 4K. I don't think Texas Chainsaw has yet, but that has a Blu-ray release. So yeah, this was one of I'm really excited to put in. This is my favorite franchise of all time. Yes, even the sequels have enjoyment in them. Robert Englund is just the king of Freddy. If anyone even tries to top him, that's just not gonna happen. There is no reality where Freddy is not Robert Englund. So, yeah, Robert Englund, came into the picture with Wes Craven's original and scared the living shit out of people, and then spawned an entire franchise. And yeah, it is incredible, at the range, that this guy has. So, as the franchise goes on, it does get a lot campier, and I do want to review these movies. There might be a review series for later this year, but we will see. But yeah, as the franchise goes on, it just gets more campier and comedic. They're all entertaining for one sole purpose, and that is Robert Englund. If Robert Englund was not in those sequels, I'm pretty sure my enjoyment factor would range from average to really bad. But because Robert Englund is a part of those sequels, it actually stays in that so bad it's good circle. So there's that sweet spot in the middle. I'd say, 1 through 3 I really enjoy. 4 and onwards, there's some cool concepts, some cool kills, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't like the way that that New Line Cinema and I guess the Freddy handlers, if you want to call them that, have disrespected Freddy, going from a horror icon to now a stand-up comedian. So yeah, and anyways, that's my little complaint. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into this SteelBook right here. So I will take off this little, what is it, flip cover? I don't even know what to call this. So yeah, there's the back, and then you have Freddy in the shadows there. Always a great image in my eyes. Always a great image. And this is the collector's edition as well. So there are some goodies that I will get into in just a second. And this actually comes with quite a few special features, actually, which I only got this last week. I'm only now getting around to doing an unboxing video. But apparently this comes with includes both the theatrical and uncut. Well, what's the uncut version? I'm such a massive fan of this, and I've never heard I've heard of an uncut version of this film. So definitely curious to check that out. Whatever that is. Yeah, that's gonna be this afternoon's watch, I reckon. And then we have Ready Freddy Focus Points, the alternate takes and learn filmmaking secrets behind the nightmare by jumping to video highlights while watching the movie. Yeah, that could be interesting. I wonder if they have that Never Sleep Again. Never Sleep Again. It's like a 3-4 hour documentary, but it covers the entire franchise and goes into like the making of it and like the decisions and like I guess board meetings and like all of that shit. Shit about the movie. And the reception of like the fans and like first screenings and shit. Like it's a really great documentary. It's actually one of my favorite. No one is The Shark Is Still Working. Check both of those out if you get a chance. Two commentaries, director Wes Craven, co-stars Heather Langenkamp and John Saxon. Is that the first one? No, okay. So yeah, Heather Langenkamp, John Saxon, and cinematographer Jacques Haken. I'm terrible with pronouncing my names. Hello to any new viewers. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. And if anyone who's watching my channel, yeah, that is no surprise there. And then the second commentary is by Wes Craven, co-stars Robert Englund. Yes, we get a commentary with Robert Englund. Yes, that's going to be a good watch, that one. Heather Langenkamp and Ronnie Blackley and producer Robert Shea and co-producer Sarah Rizza. And then next up we have alternate endings, which I've actually seen a few endings for this movie. I really do not like the ending to the theatrical version. Like, where she gets pulled through the window. I fucking hate that shit. I hate that shit like a motherfucker. That, like... Oh, it's just, it makes it look like one of those blow-up dolls when she's getting pulled through. Like, the effect just looks terrible. But anyways, 3 featurettes: The House That Freddy Built, The Legacy of New Line Horror, Never Sleep Again, The Making of a Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, that's going to be awesome. And Night Terrors, The Origins of Wes Craven's Nightmares. So yeah, there's a lot of good shit to dive on. And that's just something that you just don't get with digital releases. You don't really get into the nitty gritty of like the making of and like uncut version, deleted scenes, alternate takes, like making stuff. You don't get that shit in digital. You see physical over digital. Physical over digital any time of the week. So I'm probably acting a bit too weird. Sorry. Had 2 hours sleep last night. So yeah, for the rating of this video, you are going to get this weird side of me. So anyways, here's the front cover. I love this front cover. This is like a glorious throwback to like, to like 80s kind of, like blockbuster cases and like VHS kind of covers. We even have like a classic horror symbol up there. So, that is really cool. And then there's the spine. You have Freddy right there. Sorry, bear with me for a second. Squawking dogs, am I right? We have Freddy Krueger there. So yeah, pretty cool spine. It's just like I love like the very kind of blockbuster feel to this, and like I love the scratches along the case. This is just like a really cool kind of like 80s 80s themed kind of cover right here. So going back to the year that movie released in. So yeah, really cool. And like that's also really cool. Warner Home Video. And then we have the horror symbol. And and then we have a few goodies inside. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump to the inside of the box here. So this SteelBook was like 70, $80, but when it's my boy Freddy, I cannot say no to that. So let's just go ahead and jump into the SteelBook first. So there isn't too much different here. I'd say that the colors on the SteelBook are a lot more vibrant than the color here. So I really like that the red pattern there, and there's the spine, and there's the back, and once again glorious Freddy coming through the cover in 3D. I have no idea why I'm acting like this, but yeah, there we go. There's pretty cool on the on the back. I really like the like the blood texture. I thought that was a really neat little add-on there. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's about it for the outside of it. And now let's go ahead and check out the inside. So we have what is it? We have two versions of this movie in here, so pretty cool. We have the 4K. Where is it? There we go. The 4K release, and then we have the Blu-ray release, and then we have the background there with Freddy in it. Freddy in the boiler room. Of course, you have to have that classic location, the boiler room. Phenomenal opening scene, phenomenal location, just really instantly iconic right there, right? So yeah, really digging it. So what, whenever I go and pull this SteelBook off the shelf, when I open it up, first thing I will see is Freddy haunting my dream. So so yeah, really cool there, really cool. And and then we have a little packaged booklet here, and I'll give you a quick look at the at the front. Love that 80s artwork. Really can't go wrong there. Really can't go wrong. And yeah, let's go ahead and open this up, and let's see what goodies we have in store. Yep, that's it. Okay, so we have this this certificate, because there were only limited copies of this made. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I'll give you guys one more look, a closer look at that one. All right, let's move on, shall we? And now we have some and then we have some little postcards here, or or character posters, I guess you can say. So we have Freddy. Once again, great photo there. We have, of course, Nancy, the great love hang cam. We have Johnny Depp, Glenn. We have, I cannot read this one, Tina. I could not read that upside down. And then we have, who's this? Lieutenant Thompson. So there we go. And then we have Marge. Just Johnny Depp's kill. I want to speak about that for a second. That is like one of the best kills. That's one of the best kills in horror, I reckon. You get sucked through the bed, and then just a fucking volcano of blood comes out. Oh, that shit is just fucking awesome. You really can't go wrong. I remember the first time I saw it, that scared the living shit out of me the first time I saw this movie. And and now whenever I watch it, I'm just waiting in anticipation, just to see that happen again. Because I don't know, it's such an inventive way. It's such an inventive way of of killing someone, is kind of sucking them, through the bed. We had Pieces, which is a great Italian horror movie where where someone gets stabbed on a waterbed. And that is, that's definitely, if I ever make top 10 kills, these kills, I probably will have to put into deep consideration on that list. So yeah, there we go. Some character posters: Freddy, Nancy, Glenn, Tina, Lieutenant Thompson, and Marge. So yeah, pretty cool. And then we have Freddy's glove on the back. So yeah, pretty awesome. All right, and now we are moving on to this little booklet here. So the front, back is just, a plain red banner right there, so nothing too creative. So yeah, there's the opening page. Like, love that logo. Love the 80s look to it, like the what do you call it, like blow up letters? I'm be honest, I don't know the term actually. So a film by Wes Craven, and now this is just filled with some photos from the movie, which is pretty cool. Freddy Burnin, or Crispy Freddy, as I like to call him. Nancy in the bathtub. Always a good scene. And then we have now this is pretty cool. Actually. We actually have like behind the scenes like making of photo from the film. You have Wes Craven there. What are they setting up here? Setting up Tina's death. So yeah, they're only minutes away from the iconic Tina kill. So that's pretty cool. And then of course we have these two images. Freddy coming out of the wall. Awesome stuff. Then what else do we have here? Freddy, Johnny Depp, or Glenn. Yes, of course, the most unromantic kiss in I think ever, in any movie ever. The phone kiss. That's actually held up really well, actually. I won't lie. That scene is actually held up really well. Some people might call it cheesy. That is actually held up really well. And then there was a really cool image at the back I wanted to show you guys quickly here, which was this image here of Freddy. I am a big fan of how half of his face is covered in darkness and the other half in red. That is so good. That is so good. So yeah, there's some cool images in here. I'd say, some of these images are very oversaturated, background wise there, you cannot tell shit. So, I think that them could have been a little bit care put into some of these photos, not all, some of them look really good in here. So, this one, for example, all of the detail on the boiler room, that shit I really like. That I really like. I have no complaints. But then, yeah, it's just these small images, I think that they just could have put in a little bit more work too. So yeah, there's the photo gallery for the film, I guess. And then last we have a poster from the film here. I'm not gonna fold it all the way out here, but I'll give you guys actually no. Actually, you know what? You guys are my VIP guests. I'm gonna unfold the poster for you. So, of course, we have the classic 80s poster. I love Freddy up the top there. I love all this. If Nancy doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. So yeah, I've always really dug like this 80s poster for the film. So yeah, really cool stuff, And then on the back here, I can't say this is a poster I've actually seen before. Elm Soka Kabusu. I am probably butchering the fuck out of that one, but that's that's alright. So here we go. We have a foreign poster for a Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Freddy up there, up the top there, always good. And then we have Elm Street down the bottom. So that's pretty cool. And then we have I'm assuming that's Nancy. Yeah. I'm assuming that's Nancy. Like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, this poster reminds me a lot of the Ringu films actually. So I don't know. It has that very kind of feel to it. I don't know if this is like an exclusive poster made for this release, but two really cool posters there. So love it. And that is it for the Nightmare on Elm Street Collector's Edition. Let me know in the comments if you picked this up, and have you seen it in 4K? What did you think of the 4K release? Really looking forward to chucking this in this afternoon and watching it. And shit, I cannot speak today. So yeah, really cool. Looking forward to checking out this uncut edition. I have a feeling what the uncut edition is going to be is really just changing the ending, and maybe like a few extra shots added in a couple of scenes. But I don't think it's going to be any big changes, because I think most of the movie is in the theatrical. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be big changes or anything. Because there wasn't anything that really came out for this movie that was like, oh, that is so gruesome, we have to ban it. You know what I mean? So there wasn't that type of shit to come out. So, anyways, Wes Craven's in Nightmare. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this movie. How do you rank the franchise? Let me know that down in the comment section down below, guys. So until the next video, I will see you next time. Have a good day, everyone.